So I decided to take a walk from the Whitman Street Bridge area along the river to the Burpee Museum, which is right over here. That's the campus, and the river is right here. So right now I'm on the west side of the river, and this architecture caught my attention when I was over at Burpee, and I believe this is the Armory. It looks like an armory, and it's got, unfortunately, it's designated as unsafe. That's a firefighter's symbol, so that if firefighters had to come in here, they are fully aware that this is a very dangerous site to extinguish. But it's beautiful Art Deco. I think it's Art Deco, with the nice lines that go up, straight lines. Let's take a look around. Who else likes exploring Rockford, Illinois? Did you grow up here? Did you live here? Did you visit here? Did you work here? Did you manufacture here? Are your roots here in Rockford, Illinois? I'm originally from upstate New York, Catskill Mountains, but I fell in love with Rockford probably around 2003 when I was looking for a place to invest, an affordable place to invest. And so here I am, walking along. And yes, Illinois National Guard. Let's take a look. I need to get on the opposite side of the sun so that we don't have this glare. So let me turn around, walk backwards. There we go. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm gonna have to come back here and photograph this, just photograph it. But today I was meaning to do more of a exercise style walk. This is really beautiful, folks. Wow. Who came here? Who served here? And who came here for a concert or an event? What concerts did you see here? I think I mentioned earlier, but I saw a poster on a Facebook page for a Kiss concert. I believe they play here. Yeah, this is a beautiful structure. All right, folks, I'm going to continue my walkabout. You want to join me? Come on come along. So we're headed south right now toward downtown, which is only a few blocks away. And I think I'm on North Main Street. So look at these beautiful buildings. I mean, this just looks like a little boutique hotel. Can you imagine a little boutique hotel here? Walk down to downtown area to the concerts, or if the Armory was restored and there was concerts there or events, you know. You know, it's nice to have these visions, you know, as dreamers and you know, folks that are enthusiastic about this type of stuff. But the problem is that there's not always money, folks, and sometimes, you know, the world does what it's gonna do, and Mother Nature is a big part of that, and she takes care of enveloping or taking over structures, just like in the Yucatan jungle, where the Mayan pyramids, the Olmec civilizations, Zapotec civilizations have all been overtook by the jungle, and they're found thousands of years later. All right, I'm going to put this on pause for a moment, and then I'll invite you to join me a little bit later. All right, so we're going to walk down through this park here, and there are some Indian mounds here, and I don't really know the history of that at all. Look at the structures here, beautiful structures. I've been in this church here or around it. I've explored that. In fact, right up the street, I think right up there used to be an old water fountain. Early 1900s, I think. So, a lot of history, you know, and some of it's gone. And it's our responsibility to take care of what we can and also create our own history. You know, you got to make your own history. As much as I love history, you can't live in the past. You got to look in the future also. Learn from the past and envision the future. So here we go. This is called Beatty Park. Like I said, I've never been here before. No, actually I have been here. many years ago, but I never really explored it. And actually, I'm not going to take too much time to explore it right now. I'll just take a quick walk through here, and then I'm going to head right back down onto the river. In fact, what I'm doing is I'm looking for access to walk along the river, and I think this is where the access begins. So, mounds of Beatty Park. Effigy mound builders. Why were they built? Effigy mounds were earthen mounds built in the shape of animals by the late woodland people, 300 to 1300 AD. They also continued the much older tradition of building conical and linear mounds. Why were they built? Less than half of the effigy mounds excavated contained burials or artifacts, while most conical mounds did. Perhaps they were territory markers, clan totems, or sacred places. We may never know. Okay, let's continue Walkabout. So this is the Rock River here. Nice grove of oak trees. Hi, little squirrel. Stay here. Stay away from my house. And it's about a 3-mile walk to my home. I'm over near Toad Hall, near Broadway and 20th Street. So I've been trying to get a little bit more exercise, and this type of walk here is not really an exercise walk because I'm lollygagging. I'm walking really slow. This is not a fast-paced walk. But hey, you know what? I'm having fun, and it's good for my mental health to be out in Mother Nature, feel the nice cool air, warm sunshine, and the water. This is nice, folks. This is nice. I could handle 9 months of autumn weather. There's a fisherman over here. I used to fish a long time ago. In fact, sometimes, every now and then, I almost want to fish again, but it's just not in me to, like sport fishing, it's not a sport to pull in a fish. It just isn't. I don't feel like it's like I want to hurt the fish and not eat it. No, there's no purpose for me. I don't find this sport. Now I could sit on the water and maybe what do you call it? You know, just admire Mother Nature. All right, I'm gonna put this on pause for a little bit, and then I'll be back later. All right, so I was just talking to a fisher person for a few moments. Nice little exchange. I'm gonna deviate from my walkabout, and I'm gonna head over here to this building directly in front of us right now. I believe, but I'm not 100% sure, that this was the Elks building. Elks is a fraternal organization, and it's a beautiful building. Now, there was a similar building right here, like this. Almost matched that building in architecture, and that was tore down earlier this year, or maybe the end of last year. No, it was this year. Yeah, because during the winter I had passed it and photographed it. But if this is the Elks building, what's going on with the Elks building now, from what I understand in my limited absorption of current events, is that there are some organizations that have done some pro bono, meaning free estimations. In other words, like contractors and architectural firms, and they've kind of done like a survey of the building to see if it's worth, or what it's going to cost to renovate. It's a beautiful building, and it's a great location. Now, this is our new library right here. There was an older library there, but it was torn down. And then that's the probably our most iconic building here in Rockford, and that is the Register Star building. Beautiful Art Deco building. And right on the opposite side of this building right here is the Coronado Theater, and we'll do a walkabout right there. I don't want to make these videos too long and lengthy. I know people can get bored, and you know, I'm not like, who really wants to listen to me? But like, the architecture of this is It's not Art Deco, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it does appeal to me and it does call me. I think it's from the early 1900s, maybe 1903 or so. I'm not 100% sure. There's another theater right there, the Times Theater, and I believe that one's getting renovated. I'm gonna cross, make sure I don't get killed. And the Coronado Theater is right over there. So, yeah, I mean, it would be nice to renovate this. I mean, but that's millions of dollars, so it's millions of dollars. I would estimate maybe 20 million or so, 10 to 20 million dollars. Now this little tiny building here, let me walk across the street. So I could imagine in the 1920s or so how hopping this place must have been. All the activities. There you go. That's the building. I believe that's the Elks building. I'm not 100% sure. I'll need to confirm and verify that. I love this little building here. Just this little Gotham City, little Art Deco building. So a little building, a little structure like that, I would love to have as a home. Oh man, I would love to have that as a home. All right, so I'm going to continue walking. This is Memorial Hall, Veterans Memorial Hall. This is also an older building. Upstairs, they have a really beautiful theater. If you're ever in Rockford, make sure you pop into the Memorial Hall. It's got some good exhibits, and it's a nice way of honoring our service members, especially if you make a little contribution. The new library over there. This is a beautiful monument too, right here to the veterans. Just so you know, folks, for those that do not know, I am a veteran. I'm a Gulf War veteran. That was many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. In fact, I could be a grandfather right now. Yeah. So I'm 58, by the way. All right. So I'm gonna continue my walkabout. I'm not going to continue videotaping here. I'm gonna probably end this in just a few moments, and I'm gonna head down to the water. And folks, if you like, you know, the nostalgic appeal of my videos, you know, because I try to capture things that we don't often capture here, and share, you know, a little bit of insight and stuff like that. You know, stick around, share my videos, and please comment. I appreciate your comments. Take care, folks.